Hello, this video is on sending and receiving map coordinates. So you may know a site like Yelp or TripAdvisor where you just simply kind of enter your whereabouts, you click on the Go button, and then you're directed to a new site where you show the things that are near you, like restaurants or kind of museums, attractions. Okay, and here we see we did manage to kind of send our geolocation over. So I'm going to show you how to do this. So we start off with the database. In this case, I did create a new data type called restaurants, and each restaurant has a location and a name. The location is type geographic address. So when you click to create a new field, just be sure to make it geographic address, as this is kind of the data Bubble expects to work with maps. And then in this case, I went over to app data and I manually added some locations and names by clicking new entry. I got the locations just by copy pasting coordinates from Google Maps, and then Bubble will recognize them as address data and kind of update them automatically. Okay, the second kind of thing we want to do is we have a search box element, which is just one of the elements we can drag from here, and we have it set to geographic places. And then we also have to connect the Google API. So for Google Maps, to do this, you do have to start a Google developer account, which is for free unless you have 10,000 requests about. And I will post below a link of how to set this up because Bubble has a quick guide on this. Okay, and then we look at the Go button. And when I click this, I'm just redirected to another site. And however, I have clicked send more parameters to the page, and I've called my parameter geo, and I'm sending the search box's value. Because if I hover on this, you can see it's actually a type geographic address. Just note, I can call these values anything I want, and I can not only send over one thing, but I can also send over two things, or maybe type. And I can put restaurant, or I can put places, other things. In this case, we're not going to make use of them. Okay. And then we just go over to that page. And on this page, we've got a map, which we drag down to the editor. And here we told it to show a list of things because we want to see, a list of restaurants, a list of destinations. Maybe if you're making something Tinder-like or, delivery, a list of user locations. So here we selected restaurant. We could also select users. And the address field is location, the one we added, which is type geographic address. And we want to search for all restaurants which are within 5 kilometers of what's in the URL. So here my URL contains Munich, Germany. Just to show you how to do this, we go over to location, is within, if you're American, we can have 3 and then miles. And now we select get data from page URL because we sent over something, and remember it was called geo. So therefore we tell it that the parameter was called geo, and we also tell it not to look for a text, but to actually already look for a geographic address. And it will automatically take this data here, which you could argue at this point is kind of reduced to text, but we tell Bubble to kind of interpret it as geographic address. And then it will just work. Okay. And then below I will add a link of how to actually use Google Places to show all the places around me instead. So up here, it's kind of using the Bubble database, but down here, we're actually comparing our location with the Google Maps or the Google Places database to show all restaurants near us. So that will be linked below on my site tipless.com, which has lots of short Bubble tips. Hope this video helps you. Cheers.